Oh boy, here we go. Look, if you're not a gaming enthusiast or you just don't follow gaming news, that's fine and totally normal, frankly. That's why channels like this exist, to talk about the topic of this video, which is Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, Assassin's Creed in itself is a massive franchise, and it is basically Ubisoft's pride and joy. That and the commercial success of the Far Cry franchise when open world games were just coming into their own in the early 2010s is what set Ubisoft on the path that they find themselves today, which is on the verge of bankruptcy and the possible sale of the business, through the complete fault of their own, mind you. Anyway, there are countless videos who have gone over the Assassin's Creed Shadows controversy and Ubisoft's current situation, so I won't focus on it here. I may mention it, but this video is meant to get right to it. I'm gonna try and cut out the bullshit here and keep the video on the shorter side. I'm Ambro, and today I want to go over 5 things that you actually need to know about Assassin's Creed Shadows before it comes out in 2 weeks on March 20th, 2025 for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC on Steam for $69.99 of your US buck. Now, before we get started, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get allegedly instant notifications on when the next video drops. We're at 900 subs, so close to that golden 1,000. Starting with number 1 is the ability to snuff out lights. Oddly enough, this feels like a feature stripped out of the likes of a Splinter Cell game or even an old school stealth-based game. I don't know why this feature ever went the way of the booby and just died. Legitimately, can't remember any recent game that utilizes stealth like this. It's just silly because it seems like a feature that should have been in the game since the Ezio trilogy, but here we are. At least it's here, and I think this will lead to much more engaging gameplay from a stealth perspective. More options when tackling objectives is a good thing in my opinion. I keep hearing good examples of how previewers would, without thinking, engage in these new and old stealth systems. Snuffing out a light from far away, sneaking prone to get into spots that you normally wouldn't think of going in an AC game because you just haven't been able to go prone to this point, and then having patrol not see you because you snuffed out lights and are prone, as opposed to, well, being well lit and only crouching. It seems like a small change, but I think that this is going to have a huge impact on feeling like an actual assassin. Number 2, speaking of crouching and prone, number 2 is that you can finally prone. I have no idea why this feature was not implemented in a game about assassins that were coming off the AC RPG trilogy and Mirage, which is more like the spin-off to gauge interest in another stealth-focused AC game, but this is truly a welcome change because it allows for more player agency when it comes to hiding, sneaking, and moving around unseen, and goes hand in hand with the Illumination system and having the ability to snuff out lights. But especially in these bigger bases where you're going to play as Nawe, one of the 2 playable characters, who's more focused on stealth than the guns blazing approach that you would take with Yasuke. One of the great things is being able to loot while staying prone. It seems like such a dumb thing, but it feels great, according to previewers. It's like when everyone seemed to love, and it helped them with that sense of being a ninja and sneaking around. Now, number 3, this one is obvious, but AC Shadows has 2 playable characters. Yasuke, the walking tank of a samurai that's been mostly at the center of the controversy surrounding this game, and Nawe, the shinobi ninja type character. Having 2 playable protagonists is nothing new to AC. We remember Jacob and Evie from AC Syndicate, but Jacob and Evie felt like 2 sides of the same coin. They felt similar, they moved similar, whereas with Yasuke and Nawe still clearly share the same AC main character DNA. They have different skill sets that excel at different scenarios. If you're playing a stealth-based shinobi and you run into an outpost that's guarded better than Fort Knox, guns blazing, you're gonna have a tougher time than if you went in there with Yasuke and his hulking tank-like presence. Even parts of the game where previewers have mentioned that when they're playing as Nawe, they would look somewhere and the character would say something like, I can't go there yet, or I can't do all of the things in that area, but I bet someone else could. Meaning that the other character is better tailored to tackle that objective than the one you're playing as right now. Recent AC games have often been criticized for their bloat and repetitiveness. Having 2 protagonists with different skill sets for different objectives seems like a smart game design decision to keep things feeling fresh, especially with the enemy variety and the combat system in the game. You can stun enemies by breaking their posture, you can obviously assassinate, you can charge up your attacks and combine it with other moves, and there are also enemies that just swing right through your light attacks, which force you to readjust. So being able to pick and choose which protagonist you want to go into a certain situation with seems like it's going to lead to some fun situations. Now, number 4 is that there are seasons and changing weather. Now, while this is again not new to games, it's often used for aesthetic purposes only. In Shadows, with the Illumination system and the ability to go prone, I feel that this game mechanic has the real potential to be something cool that we haven't seen in recent history. My hope is that sleuthing around while in a white, snow-laden environment will make it way harder to stay hidden, since light is just going to be reflecting everywhere to the point that you just stand out like a sore thumb. I really hate that thing in games when you just get spotted by enemies from the same distance in the same scenarios every single single time. It feels scripted. Too scripted. Like, I mean, I get it that it's a game, but dynamic elements like the weather and the player visibilities can hopefully combine here to make this attempt at Assassin's Creed Stealth the new standard moving forward. Now, last but not least, I wanted to mention the focus for PC players. Ubisoft put out a trailer for Shadows recently that focused on all the PC features, including support for ultra-wide screens, all the modern upscaling techniques, ray tracing, uncapped frame rates and whatnot. But also in the trailer, you see how they explicitly mention support for low to medium end rigs and Intel GPUs, which currently hold literally less than 1% of the PC GPU market, at least according to Steam hardware surveys. Say what you will about Ubisoft and their games, but one thing they've done incredibly well for years is their PC settings menu. They are, for the most part, some of the best UX and UI for any PC games out there. From showing the on-screen effect of changing a setting, to how it will affect CPU and GPU usage, to how much VRAM is going to use. The actual quality of their PC ports in itself is a different discussion altogether. But if you are a PC main gamer, you cannot deny how well done the settings menus in the Ubisoft games. Knowing that a vast majority of PC GPUs are in the range from 1060s to 2060s, 1660s, 4060s, even up to the 4070, this is really welcome and hints at a decent day one optimization for this game on PC. We will have to wait until the 20th to see, but this is a good start. You just don't see this kind of confident transparency from a developer or publisher, and I really do have to give them credit for this. Real quick, honorable mention at number 6 is the immersive mode. You can turn off English voices and use Japanese voice acting and lip sync, which is amazing if you're a fan of this. I loved Ghost of Tsushima, but the fact that they didn't have the Japanese VO option until the director's cut really rubbed me the wrong way. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy or find it informative, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell to get allegedly instant notifications on when the next video drops. And comment down below, are you excited for AC Shadows? Are you going to try it on Ubisoft Plus? Are you just done with Ubisoft? You really hope this closes the studio? Let's talk about it down below. Frankly, Ubisoft has finally made an Assassin's Creed in Japan, and I'm here for it. So, as always, this is Ambro keeping you plugged into the games that matter. Peace out.